What do a study on European butterflies, a Napa Valley walking trail, and the development of smart toilets all have in common? All were recently supported with federal tax dollars, and all made it into Oklahoma Senator James Lankford's newest report on wasteful spending. Senator Lankford spoke exclusively about it today with our Washington Bureau Chief, Alex Cameron.
Well, this is Senator Lankford's 7th edition of Federal Fumbles, an offshoot of the late Senator Coburn's so-called waste book. And again, there's no shortage of examples of federal tax dollars paying for things Lankford says they shouldn't.
We just paid for a study on European butterflies in Germany done by a Swedish scientist.
What makes this and other funding decisions especially troubling, Senator Lankford says, is that they seem to completely ignore that the nation's debt's now grown to $31 trillion.
The first step on actually talking about debt and deficit is actually taking it seriously.
Federal Fumbles, he says, reflects a serious effort in his office to highlight some of the more egregious examples of unchecked spending, earmarks tucked into omnibus bills that no one reads.
Oklahomans paid for a wine walking trail through Napa Valley through a special earmark that was done to California through literally one of the most prosperous communities in the entire world.
Last year, members of the Oklahoma delegation, other than Lankford, were responsible for more than 40 earmarks, totaling $132 million. Lankford says he's had to explain to constituents he does not personally agree with the practice.
When people come to me for grant dollars, I smile at them and say, I always ask the question, should the people of Kansas pay for this?
Lankford says especially now, with our leaders struggling to avoid a debt default, Congress cannot continue to overspend by $1 trillion every year.
No family, no business, no entity can continue to overspend at this kind of level and say there's not going to be consequences.
And Senator Lankford took a moment at the end of his floor speech to thank staff who put this together and to assure constituents back home that, quote, there are some great people working for them every single day. In our Washington Bureau, I'm Oklahoma's own Alex Cameron.